everybody, I'm Jerry Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So it's common knowledge among people who watch my channel that I work on 2 projects at once, and while I used to always start new ones in November, I've always been a Nano rebel in that I get my 50k over 2 projects. Recently I've been writing shorter books, so I won't be starting new projects for Nano, just because of where things fall, so it made sense to talk about being a NaNoWriMo rebel. Number 1. It's okay to rebel. As time goes on, more and more people I see on Authortube and other places are talking about how they're going to do Nano but do it their way. In other words, they're going to break the rules of it. I've never really done Nano the traditional way. I've not always gone for the 50k when I first did it. I rebelled against the 50k because I knew I couldn't meet that without burning out, which I'll talk about more in a moment. But one thing I learned early on is that it's okay to rebel against it. The whole point of Nano is to get you motivated, to get your butt in the chair and fingers on the keyboard and write. While the role of the camps is to set your own goal, and while you can't set your own goal on the website, there is nothing wrong with doing things your way. I never wanted to use the website, I don't even have an account. I do know that for a lot of people the idea of cheating or rebelling by not doing the 50k stresses them out because they wouldn't be able to track on the website. Let me be clear, having those 50k words mean something else to you is completely okay. If you choose, like I did that first time, to write 50 pages, just log every page as 1,000 words. If you choose to do a time goal, work out how to log it and no one is going to be upset with you. The Nano gods will not come for you while you sleep, and the point is to foster the community and also get to the writing whenever or however you're able to do that. So if the only way you're able to take part in it is by changing the goal, go for it. Not that you need my permission, but if you need someone to say it's okay, then I am that person. Rebelling is fine, it's okay, and it's in the spirit of the event itself. Number 2. Your goal should match your ability. I mentioned before about how for some people writing 50k in a month is just not possible for them. When I first did Nano in like 2015, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do 50k in a month, no matter how much I wanted to take part. For some background, I always knew about Nano, but I also saw the stress people went through to get their 1,667 words a day, and I didn't want any part of that. I was struggling to go back into writing after taking time off to get my degree, so I thought that Nano would be the kickstart I needed, and it was. I set myself a goal to write a page a day. It wasn't 50k, nowhere near, but it was also the start of me slowly getting to the point where I'm now writing 40 to 45k a month, most months, with the odd 50 plus k a month here and there. Your goal should match what you are capable of. Setting yourself up to fail is never a good thing, and all it will do is make you hate what you're doing, and no one wants that with writing. Everyone has different stretches on their time, everyone writes at a different pace, and while it's good to push yourself a little, pushing yourself into burnout doesn't help anyone. Like I said, Nano is about making that routine, and if you get to the point where you're stretched so thin you can't even think about writing again once December 1st rolls around, then you kind of haven't set a routine. So make sure that whatever goal you set and however you rebel against the rules, it's something you're able to achieve. You will thank yourself later. Number 3. Not everybody follows the rules. I know it feels like everyone in the writing community is going 50k and they're following the guidelines of Nano, but I promise you, every year I see more and more people rebelling against that traditional Nano. I don't know whether it's just that, like me, people know what works for them and what doesn't, or if it's more people waking up to the idea that if you want to set some kind of routine, it has to be sustainable, and pushing yourself to breaking point is very much not. There are a lot of people who rebel in their own ways, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do these days aim for the 50k, but like I said, it's always over 2 projects. I keep track of my word count and for which project I'm working on, but overall it's a challenge that I do to join in with the writing community, but also because it works for me. Generally speaking, it sets me up to finish my projects at the end of a month so that I'm not switching in the middle, and long term that really does work out for me. So don't feel like you have to stick to the rules, or else not everyone does, which leads me to number 4. You gotta do what works for you, and that's okay. At the end of the day, you are the only one who can say what will work for you. If you want to attempt a traditional Nano, no one can and should stop you. If you know that all that's going to do is stress you out and make you feel horrible, then think about setting your own goal and working like that. I have the writing routine I do because I did Nano my own way and then carried that on into the months that followed. By the time the next Nano arrived, I was up to writing 50k a month. So in a year, starting from that page a day, I built things up and made it so that I was able to find a new normal for me. That's because it worked for me to rebel, and it can work for you too. Of course, you are the one that has to make that choice, but if you want to take part in Nano but don't want to push yourself too hard, then rebelling against the rules is very much an option. Do what you can, do what works for you, nothing else matters. I know that a lot of people will be spending October preparing for Nano, and it made sense to do a video like this because you don't have to do the traditional Nano. You can still take part but rebel in your own way. It's okay to do so. I will be doing Nano. I have saved my extra 4 chapters that I normally do at the beginning of a project so that I can do them in November instead of when I started, which was September, and that way I should get my 50k in a month. But as I said, I'm doing it over 2 projects, and it is kind of rebelling because it's not over 1 project, it's not a brand new project that I started in November, and I will get the 50k the way that I normally do. So are you planning to do Nano? Are you going to rebel? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pre-order Invisible, which is the first in a young adult dystopian quartet, and if you do pre-order, don't forget to grab the swag, all the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye!